Hey guys, and welcome to another video. My name is Julie, and today I wanted to answer a question someone asked me in the comment section about whether or not a certain approach or meditation practice was right or wrong. And first and foremost, as we're going through this awakening process, or living life in general, I think, but especially in awakening, we can go through phases of very strong confusion, strong sense of losing control, really, and a sense of not being able to attach the same way as we used to. So maybe a certain meditation worked for you in the past, or a certain way of doing things worked, and is not working anymore. And that sort of safety and that sort of sense of control, really, that you had around, or that sense of management that you had around having that approach or that thing, that's something that gave you a sense of home, a sense of security, this works, right? And you lose that. It can be a very strong sense of disorientation, a strong sense of confusion and doubt. And when we feel like we lose that, the thing that we hold on to, the thing that we cling on to for a sense of security, or you can say that thing that we are attached to, when we lose that attachment, we might start looking, because we are in a disempowered state in that sense. And we start looking for places to attach, something else to attach to. And we can become vulnerable we can tend to outsource our ability, really, or our empowerment to teachers. And we think that someone else holds the answer for us. And the truth is that no one ever has ever held the answer for you. It can't be that way. It's no one is above and no one is below. You can definitely say that there are different approaches that are helpful for different parts of this journey. You can say that self-inquiry can be really helpful for waking up. You can say that different types of shadow work can be really helpful to integrate your emotions. All of that can be really helpful. But notice your relationship to approaches themselves. If you believe that some are right and some are wrong, and also if someone can actually make that judgment to say if they're right and wrong. Because no one can really do that. There are no right or wrong in that sense, because the only thing that can make that judgment is the mind. It's the mind that can make the judgment, and it's the mind that holds the belief that someone else can make the judgment as well. So try different practices, but notice that if you attach and fixate in a certain direction and you become, you cling on to a certain approach. Personally, I never really had that issue, or I was never really addicted to a certain approach. I had to do it that way because that will help me. It was never that way. Notice if you can let go of that fixation by let go of approaches, let go of that and just be natural or spontaneous and experience what is, because that's like real life is the real, it's a real practice, you can say. And try different approaches and see how they work. There are no right or wrong approaches except for the mind, except in the mind, which might create those beliefs. And don't judge yourself if you have those sorts of beliefs, because we are very conditioned in society, some more than others, depending a little bit on our upbringing and stuff, that some things are right and some things are wrong, like there are categories, really. You can definitely say that some are more helpful than others for different people at different times. Like there's no categories like that. So explore and stop outsourcing. This is my recommendation, or my invitation to investigate also your tendencies to outsource sort of power to someone else. Because when we feel this sense of confusion and disorientation and sort of helplessness in life, we look for something to cling on to and someone to save us. So in that sense, we can be vulnerable to to people with bad intentions too. We can be taken advantage of. So nobody can ever tell what's right for you. Nobody can ever walk that path for you. No one can tell you that this is the right way to be spiritual, right? Because when we're in that free fall and that sense of loss, really, because this is a process of loss in my experience, we tend to cling on to, again, spiritual teachers, spiritual beliefs, approaches, and also a spiritual ego. We tend to cling on to perfectionism, spiritual perfectionism. All of that is just mental. So if you can see those as beliefs, which are thoughts tied with emotions, you can say that beliefs are really paradigms. They're paradigms, like worldviews, you can say, that we believe to be how the world is. We don't see them as that until we see them as that. We believe them to be truth until we see them as thoughts. So again, investigate your paradigm around approaches and your attachment to them, and also trust yourself and your own experience when it comes to what approaches are helpful for you in your process, where you are. And yeah, that was what I had for today. And I'll see you in the next video. Much love and namaste.